Is your marketing letting you down as a dental practice owner? This is Paul, Dr. Nacho Goodman. I'm talking with the CEO, Wayne Lavery of Patient News, and we're going to share with you how Practice Zebra can tell you if your marketing is letting you down with data, not feelings, your favorite things, dentist. Wayne, welcome to Talking Nachos. Can't wait to hear what you have to share. Tell our audience a little bit about what you guys do at Patient News and Practice Zebra.
Great. It's great to be here, Paul. Big fan of Dental Nachos. Thanks. And Dental Briefs is, one of my go-to podcasts as well. So great to participate and get to know you guys better. So let's just do a quick background on Patient News. We're a full-service marketing agency, a small but mighty team of about 45 people. And, we provide everything from websites to print. And interestingly, we're also a software provider and developer. So out of necessity, we developed Practice Zebra about 5 years ago because we felt there was a real need in dentistry to get marketing data from your practice management.
Let's talk about that pain for a minute. So I'm a dental practice owner. I've been one for 15 years. I'm old enough to have had a Yellow Pages ad. I've had the original pay-per-click stuff. I've done welcome wagons in my town. So what was this? You guys were providing these services to dentists. You said, hey, we need a pause because there's a pain, there's a problem. Just kind of explain that pain, whether it's from your clients, whether it's from dentists you talk to, because I just want my audience to understand that context.
Well, you know what? I mean, we felt the pain because we had a call tracking and scoring platform that listened to the phone calls. It would determine whether an incoming call became a patient. Yeah. But the fact is we didn't know the value of that single phone call,
right?
And we didn't want to take ADA averages, and we didn't want to take the patient said dental implant 4 times in the conversation, so let's apply $25,000 to that call. Right. We wanted the real data. So we built a platform. The first stage of Practice Zebra was to integrate directly into the practice management software and start applying financial metrics to each campaign. Yes. So we now know that, the Smith family, that one single call, we not only know where they live, we know the demographic makeup of that patient, but the Smith family might be a guarantor and 4 dependents.
Right.
And we're going to capture all of that financial information and apply it to where that patient came from, whether they came from, your print ad, whether they came from your Google My Business, from your website, from your paid ad, which keyword. And now what we can do is start comparing which campaigns are giving you, a positive ROI and where to, invest effectively and with knowledge.
I love this, Wayne. I mean, I kind of, as we were talking, I was thinking of it like one of those calorie tracking apps we use for trying to stay in shape, because we put effort and energy into gyms and doing things. Then we say, we're not getting the results and we're trying so hard. I think what dentists, as a dentist myself, sometimes our complaints about marketing aren't money. It's sometimes morale, right? It's like, we're doing all this stuff to market our practice and we really don't know about the impact. And, Practice Zebra, I want to jump in. If people would like to do a demo with our sponsor, just text Zebra to 215-543-6454. You can do a demo and get special nacho pricing. So you guys are solving this pain and problem for both kind of 2 people, the dental practices themselves and yourself as a marketing company, so that you can provide data, not feelings, with how these practices are doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's it exactly. So, as marketers, we took a different perspective on data. I mean, our dashboard provides really strong operational data as well, as far as internal behaviors that you need to change within the office regarding, reappointment percentages and things like that. But, looking at data is, where we kind of cut our teeth, as a marketing company. And this is what we needed to provide to not only our clients, but I mean, here's the interesting thing. is that Zebra is agnostic. You know, you don't have to use our marketing.
So I think that's important for me to highlight, is that if you're
Yeah.
watching and listening for the first time, you can use Practice Zebra as a standalone tool, as a standalone trackability thing. Dentists love details. I don't know if you know this, Wayne, but we care if it's 3 millimeters or 4 millimeters. That's the life we live.
Right.
Not always the most relaxing life, but give the dental people what they want. And these are trackable details. I'd like you to share, because I'd like our team to I'd like our audience to see how this works. Share with us what you're ready to share so you can kind of go through this presentation, because I know our audience would appreciate that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, I mean, here's the background. It'll take about 10 minutes. I'm just gonna give you a backgrounder on the company so you get an idea as to, you know, why Zebra was developed and how we came up with the.
We are talking with Wayne Lavery, CEO and founder of Patient News. He's showing us what Practice Zebra can do. If you would like to do a demo with our awesome sponsor and get special pricing, text Zebra to 215-543-6454. I'm going to turn this demo over to you, Wayne, and just watch. I've seen this once, but I'm looking forward to seeing it again.
Okay, so 2-minute backgrounder here. Patient News, as I said, 45 people. Even though we're located in a small town in Canada, 90% of our clients are in the US, 50% solo practices, 50% DSOs, you know, generally between 20 and 70 practices. And let me just get this to move forward. Just 1 second here. Okay,
Also,
so we're celebrating. I got it to work. We're celebrating 30 years exclusively in dental. So, you know, my background's in healthcare marketing. I started the company way back when, and, you know, it's been a great ride. This is kind of now family shot. I've got a couple of different generations of kids between 24 and 4. So
awesome.
So fun that way. Now, you know, as a marketing agency, and when we look at data, you know, we look at the patient journey, and this guides not only our marketing activities, but the data that we collect and present in Practice Zebra. So, I mean, that starts with, you know, practice awareness, when the patients are doing their research, when they get into the buying decisions, the patient experience, turning them into advocacy and practice growth. All of that data is captured and presented in Zebra. So as I mentioned, you know, we're a full service agency. So we do print, we do digital, we, you know, pretty well take care of everything, you know, that a dental practice is looking for. We have consolidated data. This is actually really cool. So on all our metrics, we present how your, you know, how dental professionals are performing in each of the metrics, and everyone loves to compare themselves against how the next guy is doing. But by doing this, we can also get consolidated data, how our clients are performing, you know, relative to pre-COVID times.
Cool.
And right now, our clients are performing 25% better over the 6 months prior to COVID to the current 6-month period. So, you know what, there's market share to be had there. If you're effectively marketing, you know, you can be gaining market share in your competitive area. You know, the areas that we, you know, have direct mail, still extremely effective, except, you know, it's not your parents' direct mail. It's come a long ways. Digital, I mean, a very complicated world, but, you know, we take a slightly different approach on it, you know, because we look at the data. You know, it's just not a matter of we'll double your patient base. There's a lot more to it than that. Automation, you know, we're a marketing company, and Practice Zebra, because it integrates into your practice management software, we have, you know, appointment and recall reminders, reactivations, but with a slightly different slant. Very, very strong design and editorial. Telephone, you know, we have a call tracking and scoring team that listens and scores the calls coming in. I think, you know, everybody in dental is familiar with the importance of call conversion. I mean, you're paying so much for marketing. For God's sakes, when somebody picks up the phone, make sure that they can handle that call. And then finally, practice Zebra, which we're gonna, talk a little bit more about. Okay, I got to blow my own, not my horn, but the company's horn here. So our WebLift products, you might recognize this guy. This is Ben Winters. The Bentist is one of his.
Got a lot of followers.
The Bentist is one of our clients. So 12 million TikTok followers, great guy. And I mean, his website ticks off all the boxes, and it's allowed his practice to grow, in addition to having this, incredible visible profile in the dental world. We have some really cool apps that we've developed. We have this one called Flash Smile that sits on your website. And I mean, there's other tooth whitening apps, but they're actual apps. This one just works right out of your website. And basically, you're going to take a picture and use a slider to show your whiter teeth. It's just a fun way to keep people on your website. Direct mail, as I mentioned, it's not your parents' direct mail. It's a completely different, not only marketplace right now, but the way that you can target direct mail. I mean, you have huge amounts of data available about where your prospective patients live and where your competitors are as well. And what we can do is looking at your existing patient base, we can geoplot that. We can see actually where your high value patients are coming from, and then build lookalike audiences. So, I mean, don't discount direct mail. I mean, people always think direct mail is dead. You know what? Regular mail delivery has dropped. Direct mail has increased by 28% over the last year.
Awesome.
I mean, it's a $72 billion industry. So, smart marketers definitely know that. Some of the automated communications we talked about, we have a review booster tool that works extremely well in building reviews, which is, a critical part of that patient journey. And, Paul, I went into your website, and you and Jeff have, 493 reviews.
Thanks.
So, you guys have figured it out. And
I always say, Wayne, people always think of their reviews like so that they can be online and get new patients. It just makes me feel better when another patient tells me they don't like me. I bring up my phone and say, well, this person here likes me. So reviews are just as much about your internal morale, about, dentists spend so much effort and energy on creating what they do.
Yeah.
And while we focus so much on money and more patients, which is important, it's important to remember that reviews are just great for morale. And one thing I also want to highlight about this, now let's get going, is reviews are amazing for your team because the patients often will mention a team member by name and said, Kate made it so comfortable for me. And that is so magical because it also shares with your team their awesomeness. So that's one of my big passions is dentists getting reviews.
Yeah, and you know what? And 493 reviews, I mean, it's great. You guys respond to those reviews.
Yeah.
You're not only, getting a review, you're also engaging with the patient at the same time and saying thank you. So we've got a really cool review cadence. I would, put it up there with, some of the companies that only provide reviews. So product works great for us. It's built right into Zebra, allows you to respond. Can even, head off if a patient has concerns, they can just communicate directly with you versus, posting a 1 or 2 star review. Appointment reminders, I think, I don't know whether you can see this on the screen, but we also have a membership plan enhancing tool. And I know, Dental Nachos, I mean, are proponents of having a membership plan. But what we can do is, with your other communications, if we recognize that it's a non-insured patient who's not part of the membership plan, we'll automatically include, that communication part right in your other communications. Cool. So you're kind of getting that ongoing reinforcement with your uninsured patients who aren't part of your plan as to what the benefits are. So there's just multiple touch points, in your communication cycle with your existing patients. Reactivation notices, communicating with somebody you haven't seen in the last 12 months, and what's the approach and touch with that. And then custom communications and e-newsletters.
Cool.
We're editorial and design are our strength, as a marketing company. Phone power. We have a designated, live team of real people who listen to incoming phone calls. And not only that, but our clients, including our Zebra clients, you get a real live account manager. You're not just using automated help desk, but these individuals, what they're going to do is, work with you on your call score, on your scores, on your conversion rates, work through the training program that we have available. And, you've got a baseline now, that you're converting 65% of the calls, and this is what your team is looking to improve upon.
Yeah.
And those metrics are at a individual staff member level. So, Cynthia might be converting at 64% and, Ben might be converting at 50%. So where to focus your efforts using the tools and the individuals, that we have available. Some of the demographics we talked about. So, a couple of the images that we have here, the one that's in the middle at the lower part, that's an existing patient base plotted on a map. So the colors are actually broken down by patient value. So you can filter and look at, where are my high value patients? Where do they live, around my practice? You can visually see this. And then what you can do is start tailoring your marketing. Let it be your pay-per-click, let it be your direct mail, let it be, whatever marketing vehicle you're doing. If you want to attract, a certain patient, this is the areas that you need to focus on. So you're not wasting your marketing dollars. In addition, we get the profile of those individuals. Not only where do they live, but what are their buying preferences? What buying channels do they use?
It's key to have that so you can maximize what you want to do for people and get the right patients into your practice, grow it the way you want to.
Exactly. But again, like I said, this is not patient news specific. You can use this tool and apply whatever marketing provider, or whether you're doing it yourself. These tools are available to you. So this is Zebra. This is the landing page of Zebra. Just very clean user interface.
So what I want to highlight to my audience here watching now and in the future, Practice Zebra, awesome sponsor of Dental Nachos. Wayne Lavery, CEO, is sharing with us how you can use Practice Zebra to tell you, is your marketing letting you down? With data, not feelings. And maybe it's not letting you down. Maybe it's really positive. That's possible, dentists. Our dentist people, Wayne, very negative of people. Maybe you find out, oh my gosh, this thing that I'm doing is so valuable. So I want to just set this up as Practice Zebra is an awesome opportunity for you to figure out, no matter what marketing you're doing, if it is providing the ROI you wanted to provide. So I'm going to turn this back over to you, Wayne.
Yeah. The thing about dentists and the thing about our clients is they love data. They want to see the data so that it's not just some loosey-goosey decision on, what my marketing direction should be, and looking at just, Google Analytics or, whatever the case might be, which are sometimes difficult to decipher. You're going to be looking at actual patients that, have joined your practice from this marketing channel, and what is their spend? What's their projected spend going to be moving forward as well? So that you're not just looking at appointment one, you're looking at, what is this patient going to add to my practice in the next year, and get some significant data. You're getting a baseline, and you're getting a baseline to improve upon.
Yeah.
and I think, Paul, you and I discussed, we've kind of taken it one step further. We have a tool, we built in a predictive analytics calculator. And I mean, here's, this small, non-private equity funded development company and software company that has a tool that will look at not only internal operational metrics like percentage of patients scheduled, case acceptance, the number of uninsured patients that are on your membership plan, but it'll look at the percentage of calls that you answer, the percentage of calls that you've converted. You can change those metrics and see what the impact is going to
That's
be
great.
in a 12-month period, so that in 12 months you're not looking backwards.
I like that. If I stop eating so many nachos, this is what I'll look like, Wayne. This is what I need. So as we're digging into Practice Zebra here, I want to share with my audience that this is a tool you can use to track your marketing ROI, see how it's doing. You can text Zebra to 215-543-6454 to do a demo with the patient news team, because you can find out all of this insight and info for your practice so you can make better decisions. That's basically what you're doing, so you can make better decisions. I had a great coach once, Wayne, and she's still with me. Life is about doing a keep doing, start doing, and stop doing list, right? So what I'm assuming here is that you often find some segment of practice marketing is going great. Is that accurate? You say, hey, this one over here is doing great.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the programs, because you're going to be entering your investment relative to the patient spend. So you're going to get a true ROI. You're going to know that this, Google paid keyword is giving you this return on investment based on your spend. If it's a 3-to-1 or 20-to-1 ROI, you're going to be able to make effective decisions based on real data. And not, averages, and not ADA averages, and not, Google conversion, actual patients.
Awesome. Well, what I'm going to ask, Wayne, is our next video, we're going to dig into this in more detail. So stay tuned for this. I'm going to pause this here for 1 second, Wayne. We're going to have a segment. I know the movie Rocky, we're going to have like Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3 of this. But before we stop this segment, if someone wanted to reach out to you directly, maybe it's another company, maybe it's a DSO, maybe it's someone who owns a bunch of practices, they can text Zebra to 215-543-6454 on our end. But how would they reach out to Patient News directly? What would be the best way for them to do that?
The best way to reach out to us would be, potentially just go right on our website, and right on the very, on the landing page,
Great.
There's a request more information, and that's at patientnews.com. Very simple.
Awesome, Wayne. We're going to do Rocky 2 coming up soon. Thanks so much for sharing with us.
Okay, thanks, guys.